right now on 12 News at 10.
I'm Gabriella Becerra in the newsroom. New exclusive video shows a plane's emergency landing on 7th Street, and one of the passengers walks us through the last minute in flight.
He did a miracle.
I'm Maria Stobbs in Tucson, where the Pima County Board of Supervisors just voted on action against Sheriff Nanos in connection to his past. Coming up, we'll show you what they decided.
The winds pick up tomorrow, increasing that fire risk. We have a red flag warning for parts of the state. I'm tracking it in my weather impact forecast.
And crews continue to fight the Jones fire in Wickenburg as the scope of the damage comes into focus.
12 News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. We start tonight with a 12 News exclusive. We've heard from the Valley pilot who made that incredible emergency landing on 7th Street, but now we're seeing it for ourselves. Thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiba Devine. This is video that you'll only see on 12 News, and it shows the moment when the engine begins to fail, and even the belly landing right in the middle of central Phoenix.
12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra is in studio with us tonight with this incredible video. Gab?
Well, Mark Caribe, all 3 men on board walked away from this without injuries after the emergency landing. They're also all experienced pilots who knew exactly how to handle a situation like this. I sat down with one of the passengers who walked me through step by step the moments before impact. A shocking sight, a seaplane parked in the middle of 7th Street in central Phoenix.
Imagine this, and this is magic.
It's crazy.
Crazy. This is unbelievable.
Newly obtained video shows how the pilot, Mike Tragars, made the emergency landing here 1 month ago.
This is a miracle.
It is.
This is a miracle.
A 360-degree camera attached to the right wing of the Republic RC-3 aircraft captured the final minute in flight.
Everything went normal until this moment.
That moment was audible. The engine was making an unusual noise. The RPM skyrocketed and the pilot tried to recover the engine, but it was too late. Smoke started filling the cockpit.
From that moment, Mike switched off the engine and we just have what we have.
As the plane was losing altitude fast, the pilot scanned for an open place to land. 7th Street appeared to be clear of traffic, but then they were met by 2 more challenges: power lines and a traffic sign hanging over the roadway.
We don't have enough speed to overflight, so the only one solution he chose was right.
The landing was hard, but the seaplane's hull was strong.
He basically save us, and also there were good circumstances at the field that at that moment when we land, no one was there.
An NTSB investigation into what happened is ongoing, but preliminary examinations revealed the engine's exhaust tailpipe separated from the manifold, causing thermal damage and fractures. The passenger, Dragisa Rajcevic, tells me his friend, the pilot, handled the moment exactly as he was trained.
This is the difference of the experience. To stay calm and to use full of your knowledge and calmness to solve the situation.
Watching this video back and reliving what could have had a different outcome was a mix of emotions for the 3 men on board.
Your brain is working on 1000%.
But just as the passengers are thankful for the pilot's skilled landing, they're also grateful to the people standing along 7th Street who watched it happen in real time.
I want to underline that all people were so generous.
And the pilot and passengers tell me they'll be showing this video to younger pilots and teaching them how to stay calm, troubleshoot problems, and have successful outcomes. Mark and Caribe.
Did they say at all, Gabby, whether or not they thought they'd make it?
It wasn't, they didn't have time to think about it. As you can see here, this was a minute-long video, actually even less, 57 seconds. So they were just doing what they could to land that plane, and so it was, the thought really didn't even cross their mind.
Yeah, they had
Would have crossed mine.
Yeah, it's incredible. We're just glad everyone's okay.
What a great job by that pilot. All right, Gabby, thanks. The Jones fire burning near Wickenburg is now 10% contained. State fire officials gave an update at a community meeting tonight where they said the fire has burned 84 acres. Wickenburg police confirmed today that 11 RVs and 1 structure were destroyed. Over 25 people are still out of their homes tonight. Investigators believe it was human-caused. Evacuations have been lifted for all areas except for the Arrowhead RV park. Tomorrow, high winds are expected to return to the area and could make for some challenging conditions.
The Pima County Board of Supervisors deciding tonight whether to take any action against Sheriff Chris Nanos, asking him questions about his past and how his department is run. Nanos is also leading the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, who has now been missing for more than 100 days.
12 News journalist Maria Stobbs has the latest from Tucson.
The Pima County Board of Supervisors voted not to remove Sheriff Nanos from office, but to instead refer any allegations of possible perjury to the Attorney General. This all comes after a state law allowed the board to require the sheriff to answer questions under oath. The sheriff's attorney submitted a written report with answers about his work history, how he has disciplined employees, the department's budget, and interactions with federal immigration enforcement. Part of the controversy centers on whether the sheriff quit his job in Texas or resigned to avoid being fired. And there's concern over sworn testimony given by Nanos last year, where he said he had never been suspended as a law enforcement officer, even though records from his time with the El Paso Police Department show that he was suspended. The sheriff's attorney says Nanos did not understand the question and thought it only applied to his service in Arizona. The board weighed their options and, based on legal advice, couldn't move forward with removal, but Supervisor Matt Hines says they still did what they believe will hold Nanos accountable.
Accountability has to apply to all of us in elected roles, and especially to those of us who are elected leaders in law enforcement. And while the board couldn't take some actions based on our legal advice, I think taking the action that we did is a step toward accountability and ensuring the people of Pima County that are those in law enforcement as well are going to be held accountable under the law.
The board also discussed a strong distrust in the sheriff, and they're calling on him to be the leader he needs to be. In a statement, Nanos' attorney told 12 News, quote, "The sheriff heard the words of the supervisors tonight and looks forward to continuing his work to promote trust and public confidence in the sheriff's department." His attorney also said Nanos has been truthful and has nothing to hide, but the matter of alleged perjury is now in the hands of the Attorney General. In Tucson, Maria Stobbs, 12 News.
All right, Maria, thank you. Tonight, 12 News has learned that another person from Arizona was on board the cruise ship hit by a Hantavirus outbreak. The Arizona Department of Health says that the person is undergoing evaluation in Nebraska and will be sent back home after their assessment. The first patient, who returned back to Arizona last week, is being monitored by the Maricopa County Health Department and is not showing any symptoms. Experts say that this variant of Hantavirus does not spread easily and the risk to the general public is low.
In Coolidge tonight, loved ones celebrated the life of 18-year-old Jason Robles after the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says he drowned at Canyon Lake last Friday.
12 News journalist Tiani Jadaling went to Coolidge and spoke to those who were close to him about how the teen is being remembered. Tiani?
Jason Robles was just days away from graduating before this tragic accident happened. He was involved in several school activities, and those were the memories that were highlighted at tonight's vigil.
Jason was the light of the room, whatever room he walked into.
Those are the memories Jason Robles' closest friends, family, and teachers shared about the 18-year-old Tuesday evening. Those with the school tell us he started at Imagine Prep Coolidge in kindergarten and participated in several school activities from wrestling to soccer to football.
He was my son's football. He was a part of the team, and I went and I traveled a lot of times with the team to encourage them.
The 18-year-old was set to graduate in a little over a week, making this loss even more painful for those who knew him, like parent Ruth Morago.
It's really hard right now, and I just know that God is the one that's uplifting all of us, and just all this support right here. There's a lot of prayers said through all these people.
Morago came to drop off flowers and graduation balloons for the Robles family.
This kid's very out of the box, and he always made everybody smile, and he always bring, like he was the party, he was a cool kid, man. So I couldn't wait for him to cross the stage.
According to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Robles was attempting to swim across a cove at Canyon Lake Friday afternoon when he lost his life. MCSO says people nearby attempted to save him but were unsuccessful, a day his friends and family are still recovering from.
Jason's in a better place, you know, he's watching everybody. He has the best seat in the house, you know. I believe in his spirit is going to be here. He's going to live on forever, you know, just like an eagle, he's going to fly high.
It was the school who organized tonight's vigil, and the school's principal says moving forward they'll continue to honor Jason, including at graduation. In Coolidge, I'm Tiani Jadling, 12 News.
Tiani, thanks. A couple accused of stealing a bottle of cognac worth thousands of dollars from a Tempe restaurant has been arrested. Last week, a man and a woman were dining at the restaurant called 333 when they were caught on camera taking a $4,000 bottle of cognac. They have since been identified as 34-year-old Chanel Miller and 32-year-old Matthew Steve. The couple turned themselves into Tempe police and have been charged with felony theft. Investigators believe they may be associated with the Romanian Travelers Criminal Group.
Election season has arrived, and tomorrow night on the 12 News app, you can stream the debate between Democrats Brett Newby and Teresa Leyva Ruiz. They're both running in the upcoming primary to become Arizona's Superintendent of Public Instruction. It all starts at 6 p.m. on the 12 News app.